Hey ladies, let's talk Make Sense Foundation. It is oil-free, water-resistant, and contains Senna Shield, which is an equivalent to an SPF. It also contains skincare, so it's pretty awesome. This comes in two different formulas, our original foundation and our anti-aging foundation. Our original comes in 10 shades and our anti-aging comes in 16. It literally has a shade for every single person and it adjusts up and down 2 shades as you wear it. So you don't have to worry about ordering 2 different colors and mixing them. However, you can. Sometimes I'll mix mine. So it is applied a little bit different. It can be applied as a sheer coverage or it can be applied as a full coverage by mixing our powder with it. So it's super versatile and it is fun and it is beautiful. So what I do is use a silly sponge. I prefer silly sponge because it doesn't harbor bacteria and you don't have to get it wet and you can just wash it off and reuse it and it lasts forever. So what I'm going to do is add about 3/4 of a pump and I'm going to be showing you guys a full coverage. So I'm going to actually mix in a little powder. So our powders are super fun. They come in these little containers and you just smack them on the end and it comes out the brush. So you can also take off this black part. Now this is the bronze and you can dump out your powder. So what I have actually already done is dump out my powder into this really neat little jar, I guess you would call it, that I got from Amazon. The only reason I did this is because I don't typically put it on with the brush that it's packaged in, which is totally okay because it makes it a little bit easier to get it out, okay? So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of our powder here on my silly sponge, just like so, and then I'm going to take a mascara wand, just a disposable mascara wand, and I'm going to mix it up. Now remember, I just did a 3/4 of a pump and I'm mixing it up on my silly sponge, and this just makes it a thicker formula for a better full coverage, for an evening look. Okay? And then what I'm going to do before I apply my foundation is I'm going to apply Silk. This is our Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. It also works great as a primer for your foundation. So I'm just going to do a little squirt here. And then this is applied in a downward motion. This basically seals your pores to help with that long-lasting, all-day look. So I'm just going to pat it in. Try not to drag too much, especially in your larger pore areas, wherever that is on your face. Mine is in my T-zone. So now I have my mixture of my powder and my foundation with a 3/4 pump. You can actually use a 1/2 of a pump. So I'm just going to take it and begin in my most troublesome area. Alright, now that I have all the product off of my silly sponge, I'm now going to take a stippling brush. This is just a BS small brush, super inexpensive, from Amazon. And I'm going to begin stippling. Incredible. Look at the coverage on that. So another little trick about our foundation is to allow time to set. At this time, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow it to set. Our foundation can also be applied in just one single layer with just no powder in the mixture. You don't have to mix any powder. You can just put it on there and it'll be a nice sheer coverage. It's a good coverage. It's just a little bit see-through. If you have freckles, you'll be able to see those under there. But for the most part, it's a good coverage. But if you need a good, heavy, full coverage makeup, mix a little powder in there. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to contour. It's super fun. This is how you're going to get that chiseled look on your jaws. You're going to have those cute little lines there. So what I'm going to actually do is take a suede foundation tester and I'm going to just put a little bit here. And then I'm going to take a contouring. This is a Real Techniques contouring brush. And I'm going to blend it in. If you're not sure how far to go down, it would be the same as your eyebrow. So, as long as you are even with the tail of your eyebrow, you are good to go. And if you get a little bit further down than that, not a big deal. You can just grab your foundation brush and blend it out. And then I'm going to take a bronzing brush here. Maybe, yeah. This is a big bronzing brush, but I like it for blending. So, can you see the difference? Beautiful. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Again, I'm using Suede foundation. You can also use Shadow Sense or Blush Sense, but I wanted to show you what all you could do with foundation. All right, got our contouring going on. Then you can contour your forehead. If you have a larger forehead, or you feel like you have a larger forehead, you can make it look a little bit smaller by doing this. Actually, I'm gonna use this brush. Look at that. All right, and then to highlight, I'm going to show you guys how to highlight under your eyes to create a glow, a really pretty glow. So I'm going to use Ivory foundation because it's lighter than the color I use, which is almond. You can get too light with this, so I would only go about 2 shades lighter than the foundation color that you use. Now make sure that whenever you are highlighting under your eyes, you're creating a triangular motion, like this. And then I'm going to use this angled brush. Isn't that crazy? Look at the difference. This side and then this side. And again, if you do get it too light, don't worry. You can go back with your foundation brush and blend it out. I'm going to actually go down the tip or down the center of my nose as well. And then I'm going to show you how to contour the sides of your nose. This creates an airbrushed look. So again, I'm going to grab my Suede and I'm going to go really lightly. Down the sides of my nose. This time I'm just going to take this flat foundation brush to kind of blend that in. And you may want to do the tip a little. And you can also highlight your chin, and you can contour under your lip. To create a fuller looking lip. And of course, highlight on the top of your Cupid's bow. To highlight your top lip. Isn't that a nice coverage? And again, just to remind you, this is water resistant. So you can work out in this foundation, you can go to a barbecue in this foundation, you can snuggle up cozy next to a bonfire in this foundation, and it is not going to smudge. And then also something else that I really like to share about it is that it does not rub off on your clothes. So you can get ready before you get dressed and put your clothes on and your face is still stuck. It is still there. All right, so now I'm gonna take our pearlizer. So pearlizer will also come in a full-size bottle just like our foundation. And it is just a shimmery highlighter. So use it to highlight all the high spots that you want to highlight. Just gonna take a fluffy brush. Alright, and then at this point you can go back in and add a little bit of blush. What you will want to do is add your blush above here or just on the balls of your cheeks. I have enough blush left in this brush from the many times that I've used my blush scents. Blush scents is so little. A little bit goes a long way. Alright, and then I'm going to show you guys how to bake. So what we're going to do to bake is you're going to grab your favorite sponge. This is a Real Technique sponge. If you notice, it has a sharp edge, so it'll be great for baking. So then what I'm going to do is put a little bit more of my translucent powder. This is the natural translucent powder. And I'm going to put it let that set for about a minute. And then you can take your bronzing brush. This is just a clean brush. And check that out. You can see that pearlizer shimmering in all the places. Tips of my nose. And look at that, guys. It's super easy. I know it sounds like a lot of steps, but I literally did this in just a few minutes, and I know you can do it too.